Commissioners, I move the following proclamation entitled Proclamation Recognizing CONO and Neighbor Up Week 2016. Whereas neighborhoods are the building blocks of communities and one of the basic units of democracy in America, and whereas El Paso County's Council of Neighbors and Organizations, known as CONO, is a local nonprofit organization that protects and preserves neighborhoods, serving more than 60 neighborhoods last year within the Pikes Peak region by educating, assisting, and encouraging residents to help create strong and diverse communities. And whereas CONO addresses neighborhood issues and concerns and aids neighborhoods in working with government, public, and private organizations to strengthen the public process and improve our quality of life. And whereas CONO's work to build the capacity, resources, and leadership in neighborhood associations and to represent the common needs and desires of neighborhoods benefits El Paso County by taking on these roles with mostly private funds and a great deal of volunteer effort. And whereas CONO's Neighbor Up Week 2016 brings together neighbors across El Paso County to learn about CONO's mission, become involved in improving our community, and raising funds to expand the reach of its important work. Now, therefore, the Board of El Paso County Commissioners proclaims the week of April 30th through May 6th, 2016 as Neighbor Up Week in El Paso County and expresses its appreciation for CONO's vital work on behalf of citizens throughout the county and the support of El Paso County neighborhoods, and encourages citizens to participate in the many events during Neighbor Up Week, including the Expo on April 30th, Monday through Friday lunch talks, and black tie bowling on May 6th. Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. You got to tell me all about that one.
During the rebuttal.
Done this 21st day of April 2016 at Colorado Springs, Colorado. The Board of County Commissioners of El Paso County, Colorado, Amy Lathan, Chair, Dennis Heisey, Vice Chair, Darrell Glenn, Sally Clark, Peggy Littleton, members, attested to by Chuck Browerman, Clerk and Recorder.
Second.
All right. Do you want to start with bowling?
Yes, I will.
All right.
Absolutely. You all, the five of you commissioners, are the perfect size for a black tie bowling team. Wow. And anyone who wants to participate as a team may do so with a contribution to CONO of $300, which buys 2 games for 5 people. $300 contribution. Commissioner, you are raising so much money, it shouldn't bother be a problem.
There you go.
As a former candidate, I recognize the look he gave me. I don't blame him. But that will also enable those 5 people to have shoes, as well as the 2 games of bowling, and all they can eat at our buffet, which should be kind of fun. So tacos, nachos, and pizza, and whatever else we can throw in.
Oh, wow, this gets better all the time.
And all those proceeds go to CONO. I want to take a real quick minute to introduce a couple of our members of our board. This is Dale Neesmith, who is also the president of Windjammer. And I keep forgetting Kristen Christie's neighborhood, Trail Ridge neighborhood. And Kristen is also on our board, and she chairs our fundraising committee. And then in addition, our staff members, I think you all know Sarah Poe, who is our assistant director, and we have a new development officer, Roma Johnson. So we are, when I think of where we were at our last Neighbor Up Week, we had no paid staff. We now have 2.5. We had, I think, 2 interns working for us. We now have 4. And last year we served 60 neighborhoods directly and over 300 people. So I think your small investment in us and you're making available to us for rent the facility across the way at 309 has really paid off. And we are very pleased to be partners with you in serving neighborhoods. And very pleased, also very grateful that you have taken this opportunity again to recognize our Neighbor Up Week. You'll see some things that you didn't see last year. Among them is, if Kristen will help me hold this.
I've been showing it.
Absolutely, that's the way to show it. So this is a billboard, essentially, that is up in 3 places throughout the county. And we will also be seeing this is made available to us through the generosity of some of our contributors, but also through the generosity of the billboard company. And then we have, you'll see some advertising, some announcements about this on Rocky Mountain PBS, on KILO and Sister Station, And we think we may see we'll see some announcement in the Gazette and perhaps some other papers as well. So for those of you in the audience, this is it. And we hope that you will participate too. We have one of our contributing sponsoring companies represented back here in Pikes Peak National Bank, who's helped us with some neighborhood leadership training programs we've done recently. So this tells you a little more about what we will be doing. We will be in the southeast part of the city on April 30th at Atlas Prep High School with workshops. And thank you, Commissioner Lathan, for agreeing to say some words at our lunch, which is free to anyone who comes, as long as they like pizza. And then Mayor Suthers will also speak on that at that time. Monday through Friday at our office at 309 South Cascade, we will talk about a number of issues that are important to most of the community. I think connectivity of trails and the way in which you get to be able to move around with non-motorized transportation throughout the area. Also, public transit itself. We'll have some discussion about the possibility of a trolley as well as other ways to improve public transit. We'll talk about a proposed public market, which would also be downtown, and the plans for more residential lodging downtown, or more places for people to actually live downtown, and then finally the impact of indoor residential marijuana grows. We're not taking sides on that issue, but we want people to understand what the realities are of growing marijuana in a residence. And we're also working on providing lunch for each of those. And then our black tie bowling at Harmony Bowl. We have a few lanes that are still possible to reserve. So if and we'll be glad to challenge you all to the better score. Mr. Yankowski might be able to fill in for Commissioner Clark if she's not here. And I think
so is that smack talk? I don't know if that was a little bit of smack or not.
I think I'm a little bit worried about the county attorney's office because I understand they are excellent bowlers, and I believe they will be there.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about the county attorney down there. I think that we might be in trouble.
The county attorney is an excellent athlete, so we're all in trouble. And then we'll also have a silent auction. We'll have prizes and also all you can eat, again, as long as you like tacos, nachos, and pizza. So. But we can put something on the table if you want to make this an interesting event, Commissioner.
I'm quite interested. I think my colleagues know that I take these challenges pretty seriously. So I don't know. We'll have to work on this. And
okay.
See what we can work up. But
I'll get back to you then.
Okay. All right.
Anyway, thank you very much. We really appreciate your support. And yeah. Did you want to do, or could we get you to do a picture with us about this?
That depends on, the bowling scores, I suppose. Yes, absolutely we will. Let's get some comments first, and then we'll vote on it.
Thank you.
Commissioner Littleton.
Thank you. So, unless we get a major handicap for bowling, I don't know about this. So, you all are welcome to go up too on your way out. Go by my office, and you can see the beautiful picture I bought last year at the auction.
You did, Commissioner. Absolutely.
I got it framed. So when I finally collected enough of my own funds to pay for that, and it's up in my office if you'd like to walk by and go see that.
We'll do that. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Heisey.
CONO is not new to town. I don't know how long they've been here, but it was
40 years.
Wow.
I knew they were up and running, and I relied on them heavily when I was a freshman commissioner. We had some issues that they were able to help us out on in the unincorporated part of the county. So I have been a CONO fan ever since.
Thank you very much.
Something that we didn't put in our resolution that we should have. I mean, there's a reference to quality of life in here, in our neighborhoods, but we really should have specified some of the safety issues when you have a strong neighborhood, when you have a cohesive neighborhood, when you have people talking to each other and working together and kind of understanding a little bit about their extended home, which is their neighborhood. Right. You have a pretty significant impact on safety within those neighborhoods.
Right.
And that matters tremendously, obviously, to folks throughout our entire region. And it can't be I don't want that to be lost in this, and how important it is that those strong neighborhoods improve safety. And that's something very important here in Colorado Springs and the greater area, and we want to maintain that. So this is another way to do that, and I appreciate that.
Thank you, Commissioner, and you're absolutely right. There's actually quite a bit of political science research that shows nationwide, actually internationally, that when neighborhoods are well organized and people work well together, where there's, the term is social capital, the relationships we have between us that allow us to do more together than we could do by ourselves individually. When that happens, people are not only safer, but they're healthier, they're usually more well off economically, they're happier. It's really a pretty amazing thing. It's sort of common sense when you think about it, but is one of the things that is really important to neighborhoods. And by the way, when we even quoted this when we applied for our 501c3 status with the federal government, which we have, but by having strong neighborhoods, it takes some burden off of government. And we are, all of us, I think, in this room are fans of putting more responsibility and more capability, more empowerment in the hands of individuals and small groups than, and rather than have government try to take on those responsibilities.
Absolutely. Okay, anyone else want to weigh in with anything?
Members of the board? Okay, I think we're
All right.
Thank you very much.
All right, I will call the roll. Commissioner Heisey.
Aye.
Commissioner Glenn.
Aye, and I put my button on for you.
Oh, he did.
Thank you, Commissioner.
I'll work on him for bowling. Commissioner Littleton.
Aye.
And the chair votes yes. That passes 4-0 with Commissioner Clark excused, and we will get a photo.
Thank you very much.